Hey everyone, how are you going? Just continuing this league. Apologies, but my camera seems to be having a bit of a spaz today. I don't really have time to fix it, so just gonna have to deal with it for this video today, and hopefully I've got it sorted tomorrow. So yeah, so far going okay in the league. Would like to get the win rate a little bit higher if we can, maybe 65 or 70%, but obviously there's nothing wrong with just going at 60. I haven't exactly been playing perfectly either, so that's something to remember. But yeah, so far enjoying it quite a bit. We won the dice roll, so that's really good. Good start to the league. Dead Money 12. I don't recognize that name. This hand's good. We'll keep it. Same old story of needs another land, but hey, look, we got a lot of really good auras in our hand, don't we? Yep. I mean, I haven't been versing that many discard decks recently. I haven't been versing much dredge or anything, but here we go. Alright, here comes the Thoughtseize. Probably taking the Rancor because it's the most unique aura. I might just take Daybreak actually, but we can't cast Daybreak, so like we can win with the other 4 auras in our hand without Daybreak. Yeah, perhaps a tough decision for my opponent. If it's Death Shadow, he definitely wants to take the Griff Spoon. If it's anything else, maybe Daybreak, Rancor, or Ethereal. Probably my first aura I'll be looking to play is Rancor. Just to look to potentially, well, I can't do that now, potentially reset from a Liliana, even though that's quite low chances that would happen. So here, if it is a Liliana deck, we will want this second scout on the table, and if we don't play it now, there's a chance it will get Thoughtseize. So I think the best move is to play it now, and then attack for 1 and deal with him potentially doing some hand disruption. It's 1 less damage this turn, but I don't think it's a big deal. It means our hand can get picked to pieces a little bit more though, which could be frustrating. Abzan, yikes. This probably means they're running... Stoneforge Mystic isn't too bad. We can deal with Stoneforge. The card that I'm actually worried about is... what's that 3 mana charm which makes each opponent sack a creature gets past Leyline of Sanctity? I'm pretty concerned about that. So they've got sort of Feast and Famine. We have got Flying, and we've just drawn the Rancor. I'm going to go ahead and get my Ethereal Armor out on the board and start getting our attacks happening. They get to like make us sack a creature and gain 4 life. Super annoying. Could be Thoughtseize plus Stoneforge, or it could just be Jam Liliana plus or minus. It could be Lingering Souls. Well, here comes the Thoughtseize. Goodbye our second Rancor. I have a feeling like he's got Lingering Souls if he's not caring about Griff Spoon here. Okay, so he's taking Griff Spoon, so he might not have Lingering Souls. It might just be the Battle Skull. Obviously, he's fetched Feast and Famine, but I'm going to have a strong assumption that that means that Battle Skull is in hand. Let's see if this is a Death Shadow deck as well. I haven't seen any Misha's Bobble or Street Wraith yet, though, so there's a large chance it isn't. Obviously, curving into our next land drop would be really, really good. I've had 2 draws and blanked. Yeah, this camera is really irritating me. I'm sorry. Sorry about that, guys. Hopefully it irritates you a little bit less. Leyline of Sanctity is the deadest draw that was ever dead. Alright, so we'll just attack for 5 here. It's all we can do. We'll hope our Daybreak Coronet survives until next turn. It's very likely just an end-step Batterskull from my opponent. And then he'll attack for 4 and have Vigilance and all of that. So hopefully he doesn't have the 3rd discard spell to follow it up. Is this 2 or 3 to a curse? 2, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, wow, he's just gone for the Feast and Famine. That's interesting. What else has he got to back that up? If he goes for an attack with the Stoneforge Mystic here after equipping this, he'll obviously make us discard and untap his land, but his Stoneforge Mystic will still be tapped and he won't be able to bring in another equipment. Unless he's not running Batterskull main deck, but that doesn't make any sense. I don't know why he'd go for Feast and Famine instead. He must just have the Death Shadow and he's slow rolling it. He's going to equip and then we're going to be in trouble. So if he does have the Death Shadow, it'll be a really good chance for us to... Yeah, he's shopping that in. He's definitely got Death Shadow here. Surely. Surely. Maybe he just wants to get his Batterskull out this turn. But this puts him so far behind. Wow. Alright. On our 4th draw, will we hit land? That's a very big and important question. So he's not getting Batterskull out this turn. If we don't block, we can just potentially get him for lethal here. But if we don't block, also he might untap and play some Death Shadows, and then we're in worse shape. So we can't block because he's got pro green, right? Okay. So maybe my opponent sculpted his turn a little bit intelligently. More than I gave him credit for. We'll see. If he jams like 2 Death Shadow here, we're in a really bad place. Okay. Well, that's not the end of the world. Hey, look, we drew the card that wins us the game. Alright, cool. So, we got there. We're against a Stoneforge Mystic and discard deck. Suppression Field would be okay against them, but not really on the draw. Force of Vigor seems... against a deck which is going to like make us discard cards, something like Force of Vigor seems pretty bad to me because we're already going to be on a limited number of resources. I think we just run the same list back and hopefully we get there. Yeah, from what I've seen, I don't really want anything in my sideboard, I don't think. Be really good to get one of these Sentinel's Eyes out and online, get that vigilance happening. Yeah, cool. We can keep this. It's not the best, but we have Leyline protection. We've got an aura to play. We've got our land. We are on the draw, so we can potentially draw some extra auras as well. This is very workable hand. Well, that's perhaps not what we're looking for. See if he shocks in. It'll give us a better indication of if he is Death Shadow or not. If he's not Death Shadow, there's no way he's going to shock in. Okay, so he doesn't shock in. Croxer. Probably just ditch one of the Bogles here. Let's get some aggression happening here. We'll have to fetch shock this, because I've got 2 green cards in my hand that I want to cast. We'll run out the protection against Oath of Kaya, is it? Or Kaya's Oath? Kaya's Guile? Whatever it is. Thing that makes us sack stuff for Mardu mana. Or black-white mana, I should say. Orzhov mana. Alright, there's a second Croxer. Goodbye to one of our core spirit dancers. There could be an argument to holding this here instead of playing it, because if he's holding Fatal Pushes and Lightning Bolts, and then it saves us from another Croxer thing. Is he just doing Thoughtseize himself or Inquisition himself? Get some more cards in the graveyard. Alright, Smiting Helix. Deal 3 damage to any target and you gain 3 life. Flashback. Okay, that's interesting. Well, we know that if we cast our core Spirit Dancer now, it will be dying to what our opponent is got in his hand, which is 3 damage, 3 life. So let's cycle this. Okay, we didn't draw anything. We'll attack for 4. If we need to discard something, we'll discard the... Oh, we could discard the Stoneblade here, actually. So our opponent's going for his white source here. He shocked it in. Interesting. So that was off Arid Mesa as well, so that was a land he drew. So is he smiting Helixing himself? To get it in the graveyard? No, he's just recasting a Croxer, right? So this is sort of awkward because I need core Spirit Dancer, but core Spirit Dancer is kind of pointless without the 3rd land. I think we discard the land and just hope. Hope to draw like Daybreak or Grispoon. Okay, Grispoon is perfect. Jam that on down. Attack 4. We've got him on a 2-turn clock. This doesn't have trample or anything, I don't believe. Yeah, no, it doesn't have trample. So it will attack and make us discard again. We can chump block. They won't be able to deal with the ley line here. I think we do chump block. It's a whole 6 damage we're saving. Maybe not. Our opponent can Smiting Helix his own Croxer. And gain 3 life, so he's at a virtual 7. So if we choose not to block here, we will go to 5. We can then attack back for 5, and he'll be at 2 if he plays that on his own creature. I think there's a high enough upside to not block this, at least for one turn. It also stops us from getting blown out by Kaya's Oath or whatever it's called, Oath of Kaya. I don't even know if it's Oath. It stops us from getting destroyed by that sack effect, right? Right, he's played Snow Forest out of his hand. Yep, so he's done what we thought he was going to do to gain himself 3 life. That's not what we're looking for. We're going to have to leave the Glade Cover Scout back here to block and attack for 4. So he can flash this back and do the same thing again. So that's sort of awkward. We're only getting 1 point of damage extra here on our opponent. We do have to block or we're dead. Hopefully we don't get blown out by a sack effect. Yeah, so any sort of 2-power aura and we get there. We don't get there. We get our opponent to a solid 1. So that's not going to do it. So obviously, he's got us there. That's fine. Alright, so Rest in Peace is going to be really good now that we have that extra information. I don't think Core Spirit Dance is going to be that good. We can probably take 2 out, and then we can probably remove 1 Grist Spoon, and that's going to be a pretty optimal sort of sideboard, I'd say. Okay, so we'll keep... we'll be on the play. Yeah, so we'll keep this hand. This is a really good looking hand here. No leyline protection, but like, look at our aura slots. They're really nice. Could be awkward if we don't draw a green mana. If he Thought Seizes us, takes the Ethereal Armor, we don't draw a green mana, and we can't run out double green aura on turn 2. That would be a little bit upsetting. Damn, it's Inquisition. I'd really prefer to see Thoughtseize, which is dealing him damage. We drew 1 Grisbin. We drew Hyena Umbra on the last turn of that second game there, but we drew like very, very few auras, right? That's interesting. So our opponent might have like a Bontus or something if he's taking the Totem Armor effect. Reach is not the strongest. He has a pause on our upkeep for some reason. I'm not really sure why. I haven't seen him pause on our upkeep in game 1 or 2. So maybe in game 2 he sort of started a pause on the upkeep and he's not realised. And he's just waiting for me as if it's my main phase here. Alright, that's a good card. We'll lead on the Ethereal Armor. We'll play the Snow Plains, of course. Lead on the Ethereal Armor. Cast the Rancor. Get a big attack for 5 in. It's really solid. We've got our first strike online as well. Any other 1 aura, and we'll have really good. We'll be able to block his Titan. Even the Rest in Peace would give us blocking power. So at this stage, I'm scared of a sacrifice effect, like a Liliana, like a Kaya's Guile. Wow, that is a fantastic draw. In the context of this game and how it's played out and how I'm expecting it to continue to play out, that is a fantastic draw. I'm very happy to see that. So the question here is do we play Core Spirit Dancer or do we cycle this Horizon Land? I think the uptick on cycling the Horizon Land is a little bit higher. And I've got a strong read on removal for the Core Spirit Dancer, so I'm pretty happy just passing the turn here. Because like his play is Fatal Push or Lightning Bolt into Liliana and we just lose, so that's what we're playing around at the moment. So we'll see if we get the read if he jams a Liliana. It's not unreasonable for a deck like his to have it. Okay, he's gone double red. Is that a Pyroclasm? Anger of the Gods? Sorry, I meant Anger of the Gods. Alright, it's a Seasoned Pyromancer. That's fine. He's discarded Thoughtseize and Colligan's Command. Alright, I forgot to cycle my land at the end of his turn. I just got distracted by his discards then and didn't do what I was supposed to. Alright, let's attack. We'll put him to potentially 3. Potentially 2, pardon me. So I don't think my opponent's going to play Anger of the Gods. It would be weird to cast Seasoned Pyromancer and then cast Anger of the Gods the turn afterwards. Alright, so we're going to first strike some damage, 2 damage over here. Put him to 5. I think we potentially want to look to cast this Core Spirit Dancer now. And we're going to use the Horizon Land, because if our opponent Croxes this turn, we want to have the option to cycle this Horizon Land, right? We should be a card deeper at the moment, but obviously I didn't cycle my Horizon Canopy at the end of his turn, and I did it in my main phase instead, so that was pretty bad. Pretty bad. We're in quite a good spot to win this game, though. Okay, we get there. Good game. So we beat Mardu. Taking our wins up to 16, which is really nice. For some reason, this does not want to input a number from my keyboard. That's really weird. It'll let me remove stuff, but it won't let me add stuff. Maybe I just have to close it and reopen it. Okay, so we're at 16 from 26 though. So that puts us at 61.5 win rate. Yeah, so we'll wrap the video up there, guys. I'll see if I can get my camera fixed and my note fixed. But yeah, that was a good showing of the deck, and hopefully I showed you how to play around what some of these discard strategies can do to you a little bit from my decision making. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. We will see you tomorrow for the next one.